The Blue Jackets and the Red Wings get together for the second time already this season. The Blue Jackets won in Detroit on opening night. And, Jody, they're coming off the overtime win against Buffalo here this evening. The top line, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Cam Atkinson, Artemi Panarin, they all had a huge night. How important is it for them to be big again tonight?
Always important for that line to show up. But, wow, what a night the other night. 5 goals, all coming from the top line. Panarin picked up 2. This guy is on fire. This line needs to go, but the other lines need to follow now, Bob. Nice to see that, but they need to get some more traction with the other guys.
Well, speaking of the other lines, Oliver Bjorkstrand is a winger with Anthony Duclair and Alexander Wenberg. Now, Bjorkstrand in the last couple of games has been very visible because he's been physical. Well, he's been on the receiving end of a lot of hits, but just getting right back into the play, and he says that's something he's enjoying.
Just trying to get in more battles, trying to be strong on the puck and coming out when it's a 50-50 battle. And, I mean, as you mentioned, I've gotten knocked down a few times, but I just get right back up and get in there again and hopefully win the battle. So, no, I enjoy that part of the game. It's fun, as long as you don't get hurt. So, yeah, but no, it's been good.
It's interesting with Oliver Bjorkstrand because you're right. Work ahead of skill has really worked for this guy. He's a guy that was on the 4th line waiting for his opportunity, and now he's on one of the lines that I think has found some great chemistry. Wenberg and Duclair and Bjorkstrand, they battle, they hit, and they've got finished. So good to see Oliver in there engaged and look for him to improve and keep improving as this season moves on.
Speaking of finish, how about the Finnish goaltender, Joonas Korpisalo, who's going to make a 3rd straight start here tonight? Now, it wasn't that long ago that he had to wait weeks in between starts. He says being in a rhythm is nice.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you get the flow going on, and when you don't play much, you just go out there and kind of lose it after every game because you since wait for 2 weeks or so. So it feels nice to go out there and play night after night.
Joonas Korpisalo has earned this 3rd start in a row here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's been battling, and listen, this guy is a guy that's waited his turn, and good to see him get in there and earn the crease and see if he can do it again tonight.
And what he's been doing in the last couple of games is making huge saves at huge times, and we've seen this team really react from those saves.
Yeah, we've talked about timely scoring, but timely saves are huge. And if you're a goaltender that's going to make it in this league, you've got to be there to bail out at critical times. He's done that.
All right, let's talk about the Detroit Red Wings. This is a very young team. They are definitely in a rebuild, but they come into this game off a win, and the Blue Jackets have to be ready for them tonight. Let's talk about some of the young players. And first of all, you've got Tyler Bertuzzi, you've got Dylan Larkin, and then all of a sudden this guy coming out of nowhere early on in his career, Dennis Cholowski.
Yeah, Cholowski is a kid that plays defense for this team. He's very mobile. He's a guy that's up ice. He's finding points on this young season. He's been a threat back there. Larkin. This is his 4th season already in the National Hockey League. Think about that. And this kid is the leader, one of the big leaders and the future for these Detroit Red Wings. He's got a wonderful shot. He's looking to do some damage here tonight. And then, of course, Bertuzzi, Tyler Bertuzzi. He's a bit of a pest out there, but he's got some very good hands. He's got some good skill, and he's a pretty good skater. These 3 guys are a big part of Detroit now and the future.
And for the Blue Jackets, they wrap up a homestand tonight, getting ready to go to California. That puts a little bit more emphasis on this game.
Well, yeah, this is the end of October, the end of a segment. And the thing at home, they're at 500 right now. They want to get above 500, feel good as they head out west.
All right, let's go to Beyond the Numbers, which is being brought to you by Telhio Credit Union. What's your number tonight?
Well, Bob, the last 4 games, the Blue Jackets have allowed 4 goals against. All right, it's the 11th game of the season. I think it's time to tighten things up back there. Cut that in half. My number is 2. If you're going to allow any goals tonight, only allow 2. Cut that 4 in half. That's my number for tonight.
And score 3, right?
Yeah, well, score, yeah, of course, score more. Thanks, Bob.
All right, anytime, Jody. That'll do it for the Rink Report. For Jody, Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. Enjoy the game.